the people in the CEO who know what this gonna cost the company don't know this little peasant mother in his feelings because he feel like you done beat him. Because now he got to give you some PPE because you realize when they start working here, they got you cutting boxes.
Personal protective equipment.
They got you cutting boxes and you ain't got no gloves.
Yeah.
They got you cutting boxes, you ain't got no eye equipment.
Yep.
They eye water station don't work. But what if something get in my eye? Man, I got a glass eye. I'll be asking questions like that. Hey, when next time y'all having a safety meeting? Hey, man, they don't have safety meetings around here. Say, when last time y'all had a safety meeting about sexual harassment? They supposed to do that regularly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they supposed to sign. Say, man, how that promoted? Oh, man, she supervisor. But so you mean to say, look at homie, how can I get trained on that? Well, he don't want me over there training. Man, you got to train me too. So I'm going and document all this in my way of complaining. And then while I'm in the break room, I'm listening to all the little drill music in the old OG gangbanging talk about the hoes they done. I'm gonna be over there eating my food, saying, man, golly, boy, y'all be having fun like a motherfucker, boy. Old nigga like this, hold on, listen, this is why I get in there. Old like me don't want to hear that, man. Boy, y'all make it hard, but man, I don't want to hear all that on my lunch break. By law, you have to say, hey, stop, you're making me uncomfortable, I don't like this.
Right.
Because if you don't never tell them you're uncomfortable, stop, then the company's not liable. So the people in HR don't know these in the break room over here with the supervisor talking about looking at a phone, looking at a phone. I done wrote it down on May 30th, Leroy, Jimmy, Bill, and Supervisor Greg. I've been here for the taking. And I'm going to make friends with some. But they going to get fired because the company going to get back at them. I'm going to use them as witnesses. They was there. Who was there with you? Craig. Craig was in the break room. So all you have to do is give names, times, and location. It's hard for a company to beat that when you go to OSHA or the EEOC. You got real documentations. So yeah, now I set they up and don't let them let me bring the cell phone in. I'm gonna slide pallets by the exit door, block the exit door, cause that I'm gonna yeah. I mean,
We'll do pallets by the exit though, dude.
Then you can't block the exit door just in case of fire. In companies, especially warehouses, it's supposed to have a fire drill and the fire exit. So they're supposed to walk you through to show you. If they don't do that, homie, I'm gonna notify OSHA. And I'm gonna put my name on the application so the company know I did it because I'm banking on them retaliating. That's where my money go come in. Not from me complaining about it. Because if they correct it, then hey, it's fixed. Yeah. I'm banking on them retaliating. And because most people who are supervisors and managers, they poor people in power in their feelings who think they sit over people, they're gonna retaliate. Yeah. You got to be, it takes a real sharp.
That's a chess move right there.
I do it at every goddamn job. I show up playing like I can't read. Say, look out, man, I got locked up in the 8th grade, homie. Y'all play dumb, I play like I can't read. And people take advantage of that. Say, look, hey, go do this. So I be the gopher boy, dummy boy, the whole time new on the job as I'm strategically trying to do this. I ain't lost yet. That's why I can't get a job. I almost got hired for a nutritional program. I was gonna be feeding kids in the apartment complex, riding around all summer. Boy, I walked in for the orientation. Somebody from behind the desk, look. I sat for the whole orientation. I waited for 2 weeks. They didn't call. I started to go get that. I said, man, leave them people alone, homie. You just started trouble. Man, leave them people alone. You got YouTube money. Man, leave them people alone, man. It's like an addiction, though, homie.
To go and get them?
It's so easy, my nigga. Because when you...
Hold on, see, I've heard of a lot of addictions. I have never heard of an addiction of suing companies and going to get the money.
$10,000 or $15,000 every. Come on, it don't take long to get. Not with OSHA. Because it's so easy. So when you open the first page of one of the, when you go to a library and start putting up employee rights laws, man, when you open the first page, they tell you racism, retaliation, discrimination, and sexism is common practice in the workplace. if I didn't remember nothing else, I remember that.
Yeah.
So if this is common practice, it goes on to say that most people are too afraid of losing their jobs to say anything.
Yeah, to report it.
Right? They will vilify you.
Yeah.
So I don't mind being vilified if I got a reward at the end.
Mm-hmm. What made you try it the first time though?
Because they were with me.
Oh, so they really was messing with you the first time.
AT&T and Singular. AT&T and Singular had merged like in 2004, 2005. I had landed a job at a company at their national distribution center.
Mm-hmm.
And the military war veteran from Iraq was coming home. So they was putting them in positions as supervisors. I worked in the inventory department. And we had this I worked on a third shift. And man, these used to go to the movies, go sleep in the car. They didn't clock out for break. And they used to cheat the system. So we were supposed to be doing blind cycle counts, meaning going out in the warehouse, counting every bin, the cell phones in every bin. At that time, like $250,000 worth of BlackBerry phones had come up missing. So they trying to find who doing it. We working in the inventory department. I ain't never had no job before. I'm coming off being the weed man. Mm-hmm. I'm coming to work, getting that overtime money. I'm bringing the strip club game into the warehouse game, right? Cause we got to go through metal detectors. So I'm coming through the metal detector with $300 worth of ones. 5s on top of it, 20s with a block of money like the doughboy. Mm-hmm. Hat cocked to the side like T.I. every guy. They think I'm stealing the phones. I don't know they think I'm stealing the phone. They hired a new HR woman named Amy. Boy, me and Amy flirting with each other. I noticed the white girl like me. Everybody noticed the white girl like me. She a bad white girl. I know, man, if these white boys catch me messing with this white girl out here, they go fire me. And I'm trying to get my life together. Me, Ho was just born. So I sent Amy an email one day and make a pass at her. And she give me the green light. But before I say anything, I say, if I'm overstepping my boundaries, please let me know. She never said I was overstepping my boundaries. So we continued. It wasn't a sexual relationship, but it was heading that way. So I left my computer open one day, and somebody saw an email that I sent to her. I got fired. They said I sent inappropriate emails to the HR lady. So when my team came to work that night, everybody know my character and credibility, homie. Mm-hmm. He went to defend me. Said, nah, I was new on the job. I wasn't even there 30 days. I was new on the job, and it was a named Cali. Kareem Scott, I think that name was. He said, no, Don. Man, they was emailing each other back and forward. Yeah. And Don hired me, homie, off me just being honest with him and said, man, I don't have no experience. I don't know anything about inventory auditing. I don't know anything else. He just hired me on the spot because I told him so he had Kareem call me to get my password to my email. So when they opened my email and see if this wasn't inappropriate, yeah, they brought me back the next morning. But now I got a target on my back. So when they bring in a new supervisor, little Mexican dude named Lugo, he looked just like The Rock. Little muscles. So so the girls liked him. So too though. Yeah. You know, I'm coming clean every day with that knot of money. So he singled me out to befriend me, to kind of use me as the leverage to work through the other ones, right? Mm-hmm. So on his lunch break, he was going to go the little hoes. I had this little Honduran I would go, but he would take pictures with the company cell phone he really trying to impress me. And he would be having the panties to the side with that shirt in his thing right there. Mm-hmm. And he would send them to me to the email from the BlackBerry phone. No. So I finally get ready. I'm finna go on permanent. He said something to Cali one day. He said, don't look like your boy Blue go make his 90-day probation. Cali came back and said, say, man, what's going on with you and Lugo? I said, why, what's up? He said, man, look like you ain't gonna make your 90-day probation. I said, what? I went right back to Amy, the HR lady. Say, look out, Amy. Man, I don't know what Lugo got going on, man, but I got this. Yeah, they fired that. on the spot. He threatened my job. Yeah, I don't know what he did. I don't know what made him threaten my job like that, homie. Yeah, and so now when he got fired, now the company turned against me, cause he was their protege, just come from the military, and so they started writing me up.
Retaliation.
Well, for the last 90 days, I was the only one clocking out for lunch. Then going to the movies, cause we worked third shift. I was the only one clocking out for each break, and the computer showed those documentations. So we get ready to have a Christmas party. Me and Callie counting BlackBerry phones, but I never took them to the cage. Callie did. I'm sitting at the desk. 2 security guards walk up to me and said, "Can you come with us?" I'm like, "What's up?" They said, "We got you on camera stuffing your pocket with cell phone." I said, "Who, me?" It was cold outside. I had on 2 pair of sweatpants. They took me into the orientation room, training room. They closed the door. See, most security officers, supervisor, warehouse, office workers, they think they're smart.
Yeah.
Right? Because they're in a little bit of position of power, but they really dumb. I call them the dumb peasant workers. So they tell me, empty out your pockets. I knew if I could get them to make me pull my pants down, that's a strip search. You can't strip search nobody at work. It must be the least evasive search. Even with the police, they gotta just pat your pockets on their head. So when I emptied out my pockets, I said, "Man, look, I ain't got no phones on me." So they looking at each other baffled. I said, "Say, man, I got some sweatpants on up under here. You want to see?" And boy, the black said, "Yeah." Boy, I pulled him down to my knees, emptied the pockets out, and he opened the door. And everybody looked in as they were going to the Christmas party. And that's where I got him. Oh, that's where I got him. Oh, so when they went and ran the tape back, guess who it was? It was old Callie. Callie looked like Mike Bibby. How you get me confused with 6'2"? Boy, that was my first lawsuit. I got $50,000.
Did you really?
I got $50,000, no lawyer. I filed in May. No. First, they suspended me with pay in April. I filed with the EEOC in May. Walked out the EEOC July 6, 2006 with $50,000, 18 months of paid medical insurance for me and my son.